Rebel Mouse proxy image https assets.rebelmouse.io/a0xaoake1 kielcjhbgcioijuzi1 nej9.ijpwng6 em0 dhbzo8 viksenskronjbc5t Psi8ZMJM4NZUZMS9 VCML Na4 UANBNIIWIZXH WAX JLC 19 HDCI6 MTCXODU2NZI2NX 0.5 ZW NUCF 9 HNNWOKMB _RPTB SpirumSBin 5 RJ 5 can wws/image.jpg width equals 2000 height equals 1500 coordinates equals 113.0.1.0 crop _info equals %7b% 22 image %22% 3a% 20% 22 https 3a assets.rebelmouse.io/a0xaoake1 kielcjhbgcioijuzi1 nej9.ijpwng6 em0 dhbzo8 viksenskronjbc 5tcy8zmjm4nzuzms9 vcml na4 uanbniiwizxh wax jlc 19 hdci6 mtcxodu2nzi2nx 0.5 zw nucf 9 hnnwokmb _rptb spirumsbin 5 RJ5 can wws/image.jpg %3fwidth %3d 2000 26 height %3d 1500 26 coordinates %3d 113 2c 0 2c 1 2c 0 22 7d expand equals 1. 18 Republican senators voted with Democrats on Thursday to pass a massive spending package of around $1.7 trillion. The list of Republican senators who voted for the omnibus includes Roy Blunt of Missouri, John Boozman of Arkansas, Shelley Moore Capito of West Virginia, Susan Collins of Maine, John Cornyn of Texas, Tom Cotton of Arkansas, Lindsey Graham of South Carolina, Jim Inhofe of Oklahoma, Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, Jerry Moran of Kansas, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, Rob Portman of Ohio, Mitt Romney of Utah, Mike Rounds of South Dakota, Richard Shelby of Alabama, John Thune of South Dakota, Roger Wicker of Mississippi, Todd Young of Indiana. Mammoth measure that runs thousands of pages long cleared the chamber in a 68-29 vote and will need to press the House before heading to President Biden's desk. So there's no way that Toshiba has had this bill that we just voted on. Gop Sen. Rick Scott of Florida said in a video posted on social media. He described the spending measure, which he voted against, as an "inflation bomb." U201C voted against the $1.7 trillion spending bill because I promised Florida families I'd fight every day to make Washington work for them. And this reckless inflation bomb is a disaster for our economy and a slap in the face to Floridians struggling to make ends meet. U201D. Rick Scott. At Rick Scott. 1,671,737,394 due to the disastrous policies of Joe Biden and congressional Democrats. Inflation is lack of control. The border is wide open. And crime is soaring. Gop Sen. Ted Cruz of Texas said in a statement. This $1.7 trillion spending boondoggle will drive inflation and prices even higher. Since the sake of base and American families I voted no. Replace it is the hang of recklessness for Senate Republican leadership to cut a deal with House Democrats who were just voted out of power and give away the leverage that the incoming Republican majority in the back of representatives could have used to force the Biden administration to change course on policies that are harming America. Cruz noted. Romney, who voted for the measure, said that he would have liked it could have been less costly. I wish the number were smaller. But I am convinced that if we were to reject this one and kick the can down the repair until next year, we would end up having to navigate even more, the Utah Republican said. According to a press release, the process for government funding must change in the next Congress and allow for individual appropriations bills to be voted on in regular order, instead of being combined into large catch-all bills which force us to use for the bad to get the good. I remain committed to working with my colleagues to keep this thing in order to ultimately rein in our deficit and reduce our debt. Single quote.